My dear brothers and sisters in the Lord, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat.
Magandang gabi po, Father.
Today is the first day of our Triduum, of our Paschal feast celebration. And on this very first day of our Triduum, the Holy Thursday, we celebrate 3 anniversaries. The first anniversary is the anniversary of the first Holy Mass. Second anniversary is the anniversary of the institution of ministerial priesthood in order to perpetuate the Holy Mass, to convey God's forgiveness of repentant sinners and to preach the good news of salvation. And the third anniversary that we celebrate tonight is the anniversary of Jesus' promulgation of His new commandment of love. Love one another as I have loved you. First, we remember how Jesus transformed the Jewish Passover to the New Testament Passover. We have heard in our readings of today how this has been described. That our first reading, God gives the Hebrews 2 instructions. Prepare for the moment of liberation by a ritual meal and make a symbolic mark on your homes to exempt yourselves from the coming slaughter. So remember the passing over that they have to mark, they have to paint blood of the lamb so that the angel of death would not come in, but it would pass through their doors or homes. In the second reading, Paul teaches that the celebration of the Lord's Supper has been unbroken tradition from the very beginning of the church. That is why the Holy Thursday enables us to remind ourselves of the death and resurrection of Jesus. And this is exactly what happened. That our gospel describes how Jesus transformed the Jewish Passover into the Eucharistic celebration. Pagkatapos pong hinugasan ni Jesus ang mga paa ng mga apostol, winika po niya, Jesus said to them, "Do as I have done to you." While our Paschal Triduum is a memorial celebration, kung titignan po natin ang ating pong pagdiriwang simula po ngayon hanggang sa linggo, ito'y mga likas pong pagpapaalala at pag-aalala. They are all memorial celebrations. A celebration of remembering the mighty and works of Christ that have saved us by His passion, by His death and resurrection. While we make things remember of the salvific drama, alam po natin na likas po sa ating mga Pinoy na we can make things so creatively. Amen? Alam rin po natin na kaya po ang talent po ng Pinoy ay global or international. We are acclaimed that we are the great artists all over the world. That is why even the salvific drama, and I think you are also amazed with our altar of repose. And as we have started our Holy Week celebrations, but we are being reminded of, my dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, let us not lose focus of its meaning. Let us not lose focus of its very message. And most especially, let us not lose focus of its significance and relevance in our spiritual life. Its value in our spiritual life as Christians. That is why, mamaya po, atin rin pong tunghayan ang pagsasabuhay at pag-aalala ng paghuhugas ng paa. Ito'y bahagi ng huling hapunan ng ating Panginoong Jesus. Sinabi po ni Father Jindiwa, ang ating pong national liturgist ng ating pong CBCP, na sinasabi po niya sa atin, dahil sa pagbabago ng panahon, hindi na kailangan na exactly we follow as the same thing of what had happened 1,000 years back. But Father Jindiwa is telling us that the time of Jesus is totally different in our time. Amen? That is why we cannot really capture exactly. But what he was telling us actually is not that we cannot actually even up until now, nasasabihin dati na ang 12 apostles ay para lang sa mga 12 na kalalakihan na medyo matatanda. When I was browsing some of accounts of my brother priests and our priests, I came across that there were about 12 young people, male and female, in one diocese. Which is perhaps the mind of the priest is that, bakit kabataan? Para sa ganun, sa kanilang murang gulang, ay matuto silang magsilbi sa simbahan. Amen? Pero napakaganda po kasi I am looking to our 12 apostles at because they are just para magkakapare po kasi ng costume white shirts. But when I look at them, they represent our community. We have government officials. We have our policemen. We have young people. We have our PPC executive officer. We have our lay leaders. We have farmers. And we speak about na dito po ang sinasabi po, ang kalagahan ng paghuhugas ng paa ay ang totoong pagsasabuhay ng ibig sabihin ng paninilbihan. Amen? The Holy Thursday Liturgy. First is a reminder that the washing of one's feet is a challenge for humble service. Our celebration of the Holy Eucharist requires that we wash one another's feet. Maghugasan tayo ng paa. Let us serve one another. And let us revere Christ's presence in other persons. In practical terms, it means that we are to consider others' needs to be as important and to serve their needs without expecting any reward. The very meaning of this washing of the feet is to serve, not to be served. And to serve without counting the cost. And to serve because we are called to serve each other. Kaya nga po, I think that's the very meaning why we have to wash each other's feet. Na nagpapalala sa atin na huwag natin kakalimutan magtulungan, magsilbi sa kapwa, higit sa lahat, magsilbi sa kapwa ng tunay at tapat. Secondly, our Holy Thursday Liturgy is a loving invitation for sacrificial sharing and self-giving love. Let us imitate the self-giving model of Jesus, who shares with us His own body and blood, who enriches us with His real presence in the Holy Eucharist, It's by sharing our blessings, sharing our talents, sharing our time, our health and wealth with others, that we become true disciples of Christ, obeying His new commandment, love one another as I have loved you. Ako po, it was 2001 or 2 that I served the parish of St. Joseph when I was a theologian. It means that over the decades, I have witnessed how our parish church grew. Tumatatak din po sa akin, pagpasok mo kasi sa opisina dati, a community that is caring and sharing. Amen? You have that motto. A community that is caring and sharing. Which means this is the very meaning of the Holy Thursday. That as we care, we share. And as we share, we care. The very invitation of this washing each other's feet is to love one another and to care for one another. Thirdly, ang ibig pong sabihin nito, ang ating pong pag-aalala sa huling hapunan at paghuhugas ng paa ng alagad ni Jesus is that we become Christ bearers and Christ conveyors. Go forth. The Mass is ended. Go in peace to love and serve one another. We carry Jesus to our homes, our places of work, our schools, and our communities, conveying to others around us to love, mercy, forgiveness, and spirit of humble service of Christ whom we carry with us. My dear friends, as I have said, from this day to Sunday, our Paschal Triduum celebrations are mere memorial. But let us not forget the very meaning of this is that a constant reminder that Christ has loved us that much. In just few minutes, we will be witnessing the washing of each other's feet. And it reminds me also of my role as a priest. Ako po, bilang inyong pare, at si Reverend CJ, bilang inyong diakono, kami po ay tinilagan na obispo, ating mahal na obispo dito po. Ako po bilang isang kura paroko, which means I'll take care to cure for the souls, to take care for the souls. And for the past few days, as I was reflecting and praying over my role and my ministry as a priest, this is what I have realized. Today, as you always remind us of our basic duty, we're being called to preach, we're being called to heal, and we are being called to sanctify. Ito po yung role po namin as member of the cleric. To preach, to heal, and to sanctify. And I know, my dear brothers and sisters, that you always look us up. No? Lagi niyo po kaming tinitignan, tinitingala, at alam ko rin po na lagi niyo po kaming pinagdarasal. Amen? Sana, patuloy po kaming tapat sa aming paninilbihan po sa inyo. As we are also being reminded today of this ministerial priesthood, we are also humbled to remind ourselves that we are priests, and we will always be priests. That even at times that we're being challenged by times and opportunities and circumstances, lagi naming sinasabi sa aming sarili, kami ay pare. And I think this is a constant reminder for all of us. When we say we are priests, which means we have to bear the cross of Christ and the wounds of Christ. Lastly, my dear brothers and sisters, as we are being reminded of the very meaning that all our actions today and tonight geared towards to this loving service to one another and to our community, we are being reminded the invitation to bring Christ to wherever we go, to bring Christ to our homes and to our families, and to bring Christ always and every day. Amen.